code artifact using the processing software. So here is the code. And here's what it looks like when it's run. I made slight alterations to my final project to what I suggested in assessment 1 in terms of using language. So I intended to use Python language in my first assessment, but after using the processing software, I decided to stick with Java just because it was a lot easier to use, and I found that there was a lot more resources that I could draw upon that were very useful. So my final project here is a 3-dimensional cube animation. So it's basically tiny transparent spheres that are constructed into a cube shape. So I decided to keep it black and white only because you see the full effect of the transparent spheres with the black opposing the white. So for this, I used 3 coordinates in order to make a 3-dimensional object, being the cube. These were the X, Y, and Z coordinates, which are used throughout the code. So you can see here, up here, further down. And I also used the draw point function, which is important in creating this artifact, as it takes the animation from a 2-dimensional perspective into a 3-dimensional perspective. So you can see the draw point here, here, in order to create, the differentiation between a 2-dimensional perspective and a 3-dimensional perspective. Noise as well was also important in contributing to the generative art piece, as you can see here, here, up here, and the noise was in relation to the X, Y, and Z coordinates as well. And finally, the for loop down here was incorporated in order to make this generative art piece continuous. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed.